finished last year in 29th place out of 55 teams. We aimed last year to be kind of in the middle of the pack. We figured if we're right in the middle of the pack, we're learning how to rally. We're going to make mistakes, but hopefully we're bouncing back. That's going to be a great goal, and we achieved exactly what we set out to achieve.
Knowing some of the shortcomings of our event last year, we really wanted to get a lot more practice in the sand. When you're driving through the dunes, there's just like a lot of fast decisions. And if you choose wrong, you're kind of committed, because if you stop moving, you're going to get stuck.
So 8 months before the Rebelle Rally, we decided to sign up for training with Nina Barlow. She's won the Rebelle numerous times. She eats, sleeps, and breathes dune driving. 4 months before Rebelle Rally, we set out to go to a Rebelle U event that was brand new this year called Rebelle Trials.
The first couple days are your basic navigation training, but the third day was actually doing a mock stage of the rally. So the hardest thing we have found to practice is how do you go out on your own and practice keeping rally pace. So this Rebelle Trials really gave that opportunity. You did a timed enduro, and then they gave you a list of checkpoints. We had to plot them, we had to go find them, we had a time limit to find them, making sure we don't lose some of the things that we felt so good with the learning curve at the end of the event last year. But when you don't actually practice that exact thing, you have to slip backwards a little bit and, refresh yourself. So it was a great refresher, and got the wheels turning again.
With 1 month left to go, we got the car from JLR, and we jam-packed a week full of training. We went up to the Land Rover Experience outside of Monterey, California.
We were just pretend we know nothing, just give us the whole tour of the car and let's start from square one. And it was so useful to understanding not only what are the buttons intended to do, but what is actually happening when you engage the terrain response modes. Just because we're in gravel doesn't necessarily mean I want the gravel button, because if I'm on a gravel trail that also has a bunch of dips and washes and rocks, I actually generally put it in mud ruts, because mud ruts gives me faster traction control response, faster throttle response, whereas the grass, gravel, snow, spoiler alert, reduces the responsiveness of those things. And I guess I had a lot of trepidation that I wouldn't feel like I was driving the car. That, yes, the car is very capable, it has all these settings, it can get through almost anything, but what am I bringing to the table on this? And do I have the skill set to be able to use those settings strategically depending on the conditions, right? I felt so much better after that training about knowing how the vehicle worked, knowing when to hit the buttons, knowing how to engage the buttons. It was very, very helpful.
So immediately after leaving the Land Rover Experience in Carmel, we worked with Nina Barlow for 3 more days in the actual 130 that we were going to run for the rally. There's no question that the more training you put in, the more you can expect of yourself when you're on the rally. The more you can trust in your teammate and your vehicle, the more successful you're going to be. The Defender 130 came to us from JLR pretty much ready to go. We needed to do a couple of things to get it ready. Primarily get our Terra Trip installed and make sure it was all good, and then packing the car together and trying to think through what were the things we were going to need the most frequently, what were the things that needed to come in and out of the car constantly with us, and what are the things that needed to be accessible in an emergency, but hopefully you never need to touch them. Making sure that we had lots of places to stash all of the tools, that was definitely key. But really the car came to us pretty much ready to go. There wasn't a lot that we needed to do to the vehicle itself in order to be rally ready. I picked Jenna up from the airport, and it hit me that we were gonna do this. The rally was here. An entire year of prep was suddenly coming to fruition. We were about to leave for the Rebelle Rally, and it felt like we still had a lot to do.